Bitcoin is bouncing right now back to the upside, and now the big question is this just a relief rally, or is this a solid bounce and we will continue to go here to the upside? That is something that we need to talk about today. And of course, I also will go a little bit into altcoins. So make sure that you stay around here and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell here so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let me show you what I believe is going to happen next here. First of all, I want to remind you guys that in a bull market, corrections are absolutely normal here for Bitcoin. Look here at the corrections that we got in 2021 in the bull markets. We got here in the beginning like a 12% correction, then a 28% correction, 27, 18, 27, then here 50 after the first all-time high, then 30, 13, almost 25, 11, and then again 22. So you see like something between 30 and 15 to 30 is kind of like a normal correction in a bull market. So that is nothing to be afraid of. So that's why I was not really shocked when I saw Bitcoin moving down here today. So and also yesterday. So when you compare that then now to the current bull market, you see that we had here in the beginning a 1.5 correction, then here a 5% correction, and then in the recent couple of days 11%, and now we had like an 8% correction. What you have to observe here is now that potentially we're seeing already the ripple effects of the money flow coming into Bitcoin from the ETFs, that these drops getting more and more shallow compared to the bull run in 2021, because there's more liquidity in Bitcoin than in 2021, which is absolutely fine. I have no issue with that. These big corrections that are still some people anticipating, like a 40, 30, some people call even for 50% corrections. I don't believe that we are going to see this in this bull run. Can I completely rule this out? No, I can't. But from what I see, from what's happening right now, it just doesn't look like it. Because also here, this drop here, that was at the ETF announce, like this whole shit show around the ETF announcement that they can launch the ETF approval, where we got this drop. So this is maybe an outlier. So, and since then we only got really shallow drops here, nothing crazy. Something else that I wanted to bring to your attention, what I just found yesterday actually. So this is just a summary of what happened on Friday. I will give you a bigger explanation in more detail what actually happened here. So here Fred Krieger basically summarized what I had found in more detail. A fund was shorting MicroStrategy stocks and buying Bitcoin, 1 billion on each side to be neutral, delta neutral. They got stopped out on Friday, sold 1 billion worth of Bitcoin, triggered liquidations. Also all week, shrimp, crabs, and fishing selling. So what that means was there was a hedge fund. They supposedly now imploded. I also had the name from the other post, but I cannot find it anymore. What basically happened was they wanted to balance their position and wanted to have a neutral position that they were trading. So they were shorting a MicroStrategy and longing Bitcoin with the same amount to be neutral in their position and to hedge both positions. What they did not expect was that MicroStrategy was pumping like crazy on Friday, meaning their short was running into a loss, and the Bitcoin long was doing fine, but was not covering the loss that they were accruing. So what did they do? They had to start selling their Bitcoin position to cover for the short that they had on MicroStrategy. So, and that led then to a liquidation cascade on the open spot market that triggered this whole downwards movement that we have seen since Friday. So it was again something unnatural that happened here in the market. It was basically one player causing this because they had like $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So, but now the market is kind of already recovering from that. And I believe tomorrow when the market opens with the ETF inflow, that also there we're going to see a nice corrective pump back to the upside. So I will also show you, of course, other reasons for why I remain here bullish for Bitcoin. Here on the 30 minutes chart, there are only two things that I'm watching right now. One is this potential W shape here. So we have here potentially a W pattern But for this to be technically correct, this W pattern, normally here, this lower needed to be lower than this one here, and it's not. And you see also we are getting right now rejected. If we are looking at the neckline, so we are basically sitting more or less on the neckline here right now, which is fine. But we try to break here above this downward sloping trend line, which is a resistance since we created the new all-time high. So since then, we are below this line and creating only lower highs time after time after time again. So, and now we are also starting, or we are trying at least, to create a lower low on the lower time frame. So which of course we don't want to see, because that means structure is changing and that we are most likely then going in a small downtrend over a couple of days, maybe even a week. So, and yeah, hence why we don't want to see that. What we need to see here is that Bitcoin comes back, breaks above that line, and breaks at least above $68,000. That is the level that we need to break for Bitcoin to be kind of safe. And to see continuation in this uptrend. So, and we're going to talk about other levels also in a moment. When it comes to indicators, the 30 minutes here, stochastic RSI is oversold a little bit. So, overbought. We're overbought here a little bit. So we could see a short-lived downside, potentially back here to like $66,300, $400, something like this. But from there, I would expect then again a bounce back up. Then we break this line and continue to go higher here. Here on this 4-hourly chart, you see exactly where our resistance is right now and also the underlying support. Here with the support, we have also some support coming in here. I actually forgot to mark this out. This is basically what saved us here. So this is the area that actually saved us. So, but if we lose these levels here of 65,500 to 64,400, then we will definitely go way lower. I don't believe that even this level would hold then, if we would break here the level above us. So if we would break that, we will most likely go to 62 straight away, but in a quick wick, and potentially then directly come back up. So it would be just a liquidity grab with a reversal back to the upside here. So you see here, I have marked out a plan that I normally wanted to post on Twitter. I can actually still do this later after this video. So you see here, this downward sloping trend line, as I just mentioned, is what we need to break. Here, the stochastic has way more room to go to the upside. We are forming here a small bullish divergence on the 4-hourly chart here already. This and price going down. So here is a small bullish divergence. So, and I believe here this pump was already the reaction out of it, but now we need to see follow through. And for the follow through, we need to break this downward sloping resistance line so that we can move here above $68,400. That is the key level for me to watch here right now. If we are breaking this, like I said, we will continue to go back to like $70,000 ish. And if we are staying around these prices where we are at right now, this can technically happen tonight or tomorrow at some point. Then when we're looking at the funding rates, let me just refresh this really quick. This looks really good. So you see here the funding rates have completely reset. We are not over leveraged anymore in the market, but it's also because we evaporated $100 million, more than $100 million worth of liquidations yesterday. So you see here, even if I go, how far do I have to go? So we don't have even 100% APR anymore in the market on a yearly base. So that shows me that we are definitely have massively cooled down here and can start using leverage again. So, but of course, slowly, guys, slowly, you know, not too fast. Yeah, so we are like around 75, I would say 70, 80% APR per year right now on some coins. So that is absolutely fine. But you see here, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, they have all cooled down. So, and that shows me that we are close to the potential short-term bottom, or we have it already reached. So, but for now, I believe we are close to it. We are close to it. I want to get some confirmation before I make here a statement and say, okay, we actually did it. So here you see another level on the 4-hourly chart. here on the liquidations that we need to overcome. This is the zone that we drop back into that I also mentioned the other day. As long as we are holding this zone here, I remain bullish. So we had here a fake out to the downside, but came straight back up here shortly afterwards. So that is fine. So, but like I said, now I want to see a breakthrough to the upside, liquidating here some over leveraged shorts all the way up to $68,500. And when we go to the liquidation heat map, I'm pretty sure that here is pointing something to a massive short squeeze, especially if I go to the weekly. On the weekly, not so much. Let's go here to this one. Yeah, here's a little bit, like 68 to like at 70. Here, 70,300. There's like over $100 million sitting. If we touch this level, we're going to see a nice short squeeze to like 72,500. And potentially even shoot above that then once we are getting there. So yeah, but here we need to get at least to 69, 70,000 to trigger a short squeeze. And then we get a nice pump here to the upside. A reason why I believe that a pump could be coming here today or tomorrow is the CME futures here. Because we are creating right now a CME gap. Just let's have a look here. Current price action 66,900. So 66,900. So kind of like here. So this is still a $1,200 gap, which is quite big for the CME chart. So that will definitely get filled in the next 48 hours once CME is open again. And then again, this will bring us really, really close to the $68,500 level that we need to reclaim with at least 1 hourly close to push here back into 70K. You know, once we are doing this, we can start longing from here. But like I said, I want to see at least a 30 minutes and a 1 hourly candle closing above this level once we are closing the CME gap. And also what I don't want to see is a fake out here, just closing the CME gap, rolling over and going lower. That's the other thing that we definitely don't want to see. When it comes to trading setups for Bitcoin, like I said, give you here one on the 30 minutes chart. We want to see here a break at least of 60. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. I'm going to long Bitcoin from 67,500 again into this resistance up here, 71,600. So my stop loss will be here under this yellow line where right now is our support. And that will give me like roughly a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, you know, so there's like 6% to the upside, almost 2% downside if I get stopped out. So if I put in 20x, it's like 120% to the upside against, 57%, almost 58%. 30, so it's 36.8% stop loss. So I can live with that. You know, 120% against 36.8% of a stop loss. That's fine. That's worth risking the trade for me. But of course, I will not go heavy on this. You know, so but if we are managing to break this downward sloping trend line and getting above this level, I will definitely take that trade here. And of course, sharing this again with you guys. So now, if you're wondering how my trades are doing here from yesterday, of course, they're a little bit down, but you see overall, they are still all in the green. So I can live with that. I will definitely keep them open because I still think they're going to perform over the next couple of weeks quite well, and then I'm looking at to take some profits here on these trades here. So I saw some guys yesterday saying they cannot see which trades these are. It's Engine is the first one, then Rune, then Sui, and the other one is With. So these are the 4 trades that I'm running here right now. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade these kind of trades with me together, then just go to BYBIT. The link is down below here in the comments, guys. There you can sign up on BYBIT to get $30,000 absolutely for free for using this link. Or you can also go to Margex where you can follow my copy trades with the link here below. And if you cannot use a BYBIT, then just go to BITGET. Go to BITGET or to Phemex. If you have issues with KYC or BYBIT is not available in your country anymore, then you can choose BitGet or Phemex. I would just quick mention what happened yesterday on Margex. I was out. If you follow me on Instagram, you actually could see that. I was not at home. And I tried to, I thought I set a stop loss on my phone, but through the app, it actually did not work. And when I came home, I thought when the market went down, the stop loss was triggered, but it wasn't, and I saw this way too late. So that was the whole story with that. So it was basically, yeah, if I would have checked on a computer, I would have seen it, but I didn't, and that was the whole issue there. So now back to the charts here with Ethereum. Remember, guys, that I told you that I expect if Ethereum breaks here down under $3,500 that we are getting here to 3,400, 3,365 into that golden ratio here. So we tagged it. If you would have had a buy order down here, you would be now in a nice profit already here back to the upside. So you would be up almost 5% on this trade here. But here again, what I want to see Ethereum doing is that we are holding above this level here of $3,570 and rally back up. We are fighting with it here on the 30 minutes chart. But I can tell you, if we are managing to stay above this level here, then also we are going to see something like this, most likely. Fail at this level, and we will come back down into the golden ratio, and then a little bit deeper, potentially, then come back up, and then see something like this. Just so that you're aware of that. And you see also that this is in alignment with the VPVR here. I actually want to switch this to 4-hourly chart. Here on the 4-hourly chart, to see the stochastic RSI has still a lot of room to go a little bit higher here. I would like to see also here a break of this downward sloping resistance line that we also have on Bitcoin before the RSI gets, the stochastic RSI gets into overbought conditions here. So, and for that, we need a break above $3,700 to be safe and start consolidating there. Because we are then also above, again, the second longest volume traded area, not the biggest one, but the longest one, because the longest one is, first of all, down here. That gave us now support from where we bounced. And now this here is acting as resistance. So I want that we smash through that. And then we can start chop around here in this area from 3,770 to like 3,935 before we find enough momentum to go back above $4,000. The good thing is on the higher time frames, we have completely reset. Like on the daily, on the 12-hourly, we have completely reset. I was seeing this yesterday in the night and was thinking if I should long from there something, but I was not sure and I stayed away from it. You know, sometimes the best trade is no trade. So here in this case, I decided to have no trade. Because I wanted to see how this is going to play out today and also how things are playing out when tomorrow the ETF providers pump money again into the market. So I remain here a little bit cautious. If I play here in the market right now, then just with like half of the amount that I usually play with, which is right now not a lot, guys. When it comes to the Bitcoin dominance, we see here some choppiness, which is nice. I saw somebody else posting that we have also bearish divergence here on the Bitcoin dominance, which normally should mean that we go lower and altcoins should rally if Bitcoin plays along. And remember, guys, that's basically also what I told you. You know, as long as we are not breaking here these two highs, I remain with the stance that the dominance will over time slowly go down here, and we are going to see altcoins rally to the upside. I want to show you some of the alts that are actually performing well today. One of them is Solana. Solana actually broke here into a yearly high of almost $200 today. Here also you see the indicators are completely resetting. We are having a bullish divergence, a small one, here up, here overall down. So again, this pump here to the upside could be already the first sign of that this bullish divergence is playing out, but we need to see continuation for that to confirm it to 100%, which we haven't seen yet right now. The MACD is about to flip bullish here with the next candle close in 3 hours. If we stay like that, the stochastic is indecisive, but that can remain like that as long as the MACD and the RSI are still trending to the upside, and here on the MACD are green candles coming in. And that will tell us that the momentum remains to the upside and that we are going to see $200 here potentially by today. But for this also here, this downward sloping trend line needs to be broken on the 4-hourly time frame. Then AVAX is trying to break out of that resistance area here. Again, if you want to long this, wait for like $56.7 before you long this. But on the indicators, we are looking really, really good here. MACD fading selling pressure, stochastic to the upside, RSI to the upside. Here I could imagine that in this next 3 hours we're going to see a push here to the upside for AVAX into at least the first target here of $65. So keep an eye on that. Then here fetch. Also, remember when I told you when we go here down to 245, 255, I'm starting to buy. I actually started buying. I'm nicely up on this position here. And now I'm just waiting for the break of $2.74 to add a little bit that I still want to add to my position. And then I write this to $3.64 as my first target here. So if you did not catch this trade, then wait for $2.73 to be broken here. This dotted line here, this dashed line. Once we are above that level, you can long this. And I would put the stop loss here, basically where we are at right now at $2.63. So it's just like a 4% stop loss to the downside, but upside is like, tremendous, like 40% or something. Yeah, 38%. So you put there like 10x leverage is more than enough. Another one that's strong here is INJ. INJ is sitting here in our support area. So we also faked down to the downside a little bit, but came straight back up into it. So here also 12-hourly chart at the bottom. Here I would maybe wait a little bit for the next 12-hourly close, unless we are breaking here out of that support area at around $43.50. If we are breaking out of it there, you can long it. Otherwise, I would wait a little bit because you might get another fake out in the next 12 hours on INJ where you can buy it below the support. So if it goes here, let's say to like $40, I would buy it. And my stop loss would be then here $39. Then Tau also really strong here during that drop. It was quite surprising that we only came back here to this upward sloping support line I was mentioning, and that I would be also buying there. So now we are again trading above $635. Here we have a beautiful W pattern. This only needs to break the neckline at $650 more or less. And then it will basically smash all our targets that we have to the upside. So look at this here. We'll go even a little bit higher than expected. Yeah, $728 confluence with the resistance up here. So yeah, once we are breaking this, that definitely becomes a good long for me to play. And the stop loss for me would be here around $630, yes, something like this. Then RUNE looked actually good earlier. So now, unfortunately, I have to turn this into a resistance block. It's not a buy zone anymore. So, but also here looks like a W that we are shaping. So the only thing that we need is here to break back into it and continue higher. Let's go to another time frame just to see. Here on the 4-hourly, we're not looking all too bad, honestly. We just need a small push to the upside and break also here this downward sloping trend line. And we're basically seeing on every coin. You know, it's not only Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's basically most of all coins have that downward sloping resistance line right now. And also on the higher time frames, I think we are looking good. Yeah, at least on the 12-hourly, we are looking really good. If we're getting here now a lighter red candle, and then with this candle close here now, or with the next candle, then I would say the bottom is most likely in the local bottom, and we are going to reverse back to the upside in most of altcoins, and of course also for Bitcoin. And so here on the other time frames, yeah, we need to correct a little bit down, but I think this is coming back up really quickly over the next 2-3 hours. So also here I have an eye on it. If you want to long it, either long it from the daily open here at $8.14 and have your stop loss at just slightly under the Monday low. I would have it here under this red candle, that drop here, $7.90 more or less. That's where I would put my stop loss. And the upside target for me would remain $9.47 and the Monday high here, $10.02. These are the two targets that I have for that. Another one is here, Zai. Zai was shooting up like crazy yesterday to the upside. We are back here into the former resistance area, now support. As long as we are holding within that, you can long it. But here I would also wait for the next 4-hourly close to see if we can stay here also within that golden ratio. If we see a small move above the golden ratio within that support area, I would start longing it. And then just watch it closely when we're getting here also to this downward sloping resistance line, if we break it or not. The stop loss would be slightly here under that support area, here under these candles at 86 cents, there where I would have it, and the upside target would remain here at $1.31 for me. So and you should be safe here with the stop loss for this downward sloping trend line if we are coming back down. Then here link also in our buy zone right now. I added more to my link position. We are holding here also this upward sloping trend line, which is giving confluence that here is enough support for the time being to potentially see a continuation to the upside. Here also the indicators, same thing like with RUNE, pointing to that we are close to the bottom here, to the local bottom at the 4-hourly time frame. Yeah, we are bouncing already a little bit to the upside, and on the daily, let's have a look here. Yeah, also here. So if we are turning this red candle for today into a green one, which should be not all too hard for Link to do that, then most likely also this will signal a short-term bottom. And yeah, that are basically all the coins that I'm watching for today, guys. So just keep an eye on Bitcoin. I want to go back here to have a look here. Yeah, see, so we are correcting back to the downside. I was expecting that, but as long as we are holding $66,300, I'm not really concerned so much about this. But keep an eye on that, guys. Keep an eye on that. That's basically already it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to see you then again tomorrow.